This beautiful blue bar from Unplugged Performance is going to make your Model S Plaid handle even better than it currently is. Stick around, we're going to go ahead and get this into a Model S Plaid. What is happening, automotive fanatics? It's Peter, your automotive fanatic, coming at you guys with a product installation. I want to go ahead and send out a huge thank you first off to Unplugged Performance for providing today's product. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to install a rear sway bar in your Model S Plaid. And again, thanks to Unplugged. They were kind enough to provide that there to change the driving dynamics of my client's Model S Plaid. What you're going to receive from Unplugged Performance, you've got their massive rear sway bar. The beauty of this one is it is powder coated blue, the standard color. Beautiful. They've got it, it's a little hard to see, but it's stamped Unplugged, which is nice. And what I love about these ones here, they are adjustable to 3 different levels. I will go ahead and post below in the description the amount of stiffness that you can expect. Typically it's 125, 150, and 175 stiffer than your OEM setup. So you're going to get this here. They also give you a new bushing kit that is designed to work with the sway bar itself, and we're going to go ahead and install that. Installation is not overly complicated on the 21 and newer Model S Plaids. What you do need to do is you need to remove the rear aero shield, or the belly pan that sits literally right underneath the motor. Tesla also recommends that you remove the rear diffuser, or I'm sorry, not the rear diffuser, but the panel that's right before the rear diffuser. I'm going to try to do it today without removing that, and I believe it is possible. And once you do that, you're able to access a total of 4 bolts. You're going to have 2 that hold each of the bushings, and then you have the end links that you have to remove. So I will stand correct, a total of 6. I will go ahead and provide you the torque specs directly from Tesla so that you can install this properly. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive into this project that's going to make your Model S perform way better in the turns. I am safely under the S right now, and I've got a couple of safety jacks that you can see, but the car is up on my V-Vor lift, gives me plenty of height to work in. Here is the main aero shield that we want to remove. There should be a total between 60 and 20 bolts. You've got a couple of plastic rivets that you also want to take off. Now, again, Tesla recommends that the rear aero shield will be removed, and I can understand why. The sway bar itself, it starts over here, and it kind of U-turns itself to the other side. The reason why they do want you to remove that rear shield is that you've got better access or more clearance to the bushings that are probably right here and right over here. But I'm going to try to loosen this so that I can pull and be able to get the bushings off. So I will go ahead and remove all of the bolts to remove this aero shield, which is going to be your very first step. I want to go ahead and add an addendum to some of the panel removals. Originally, I thought that you did not need to remove the rear wheels. You actually do, and here's why. If you take a look here, here's going to be your rear wheels. You do have some plastic tabs that the wheel is hiding that holds some of the panels underneath together. So you want to remove the wheel so that you can pull those plastic tabs off, and it also allows you to have more room in that rear aero shield. So you got to remove the wheels. You want to go ahead and take off those plastic tabs. I'll show you where those are once everything is removed. With the wheel off, I wanted to show you there's that plastic clip here that you want to remove, and what that does is, here is the panel, the aero panel that you want to remove, and then you go here. Here is another one that helps with the rear aero panel. We're back underneath the car, and you guys can tell I have removed the aero panel here. Here is the rear aero panel that Tesla does recommend that you remove, and I can understand why. If you take a look over there, you've got one of your bushings, and on this side it's hard for you guys to see, but I've got one right here. Without this panel here, you have very easy access to those bushings, but you can do this without removing this. All I did was I removed some of the bolts that will go back to this rear aero shield, and I'm able to pull this down a good 3 or 4 inches. Your bushing bolts, they're not insanely tight. They're gonna be probably between 20 and 30 foot-pounds, but I'll tell you the torque specs later where you can easily remove those. We'll go ahead and remove the bushings, and then you do have your end links that you want to remove as well. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the end links on both sides first. Then I'm going to go ahead and work on the bushing removal, and then we can go ahead and essentially drop this rear sway bar from under the car. Here you have your end link bolt, and it's going to be a 15 millimeter, and you're going to counter it with a 5 millimeter hex bit, and from here simply just break it off. It is pretty low in terms of torque, and just bolt it right off. I've got it loose enough that I can go ahead and fully remove that. So you'll take this one off, you'll do the same thing on the other side. I wanted to show you all how I removed that. This is going to be an 11. You can use a short 11 socket to remove that, and then on the other side you might need an extension, a very short one, to get past this ridge here. I have a power wrench here that I just put on the other side to remove those, and from there this whole thing is going to come off. Then we're going to go ahead and just go over to that side and remove that one right there. Now you'll see the sway bar is completely loose on both bushing ends. All I'm going to do is just pull it right underneath this aero plate here. We have both of the bars out. Here is going to be your stock one. This is the Unplugged. You can noticeably tell the Unplugged is thicker, and I'm actually going to measure it. So let's go ahead and measure these real quick. Your stock one is about 24, I'll say, and with the Unplugged you're looking at 27. So that is a noticeable difference of 3 millimeters all around, and it's just a nicer looking setup. Now what we'll go ahead and do is we're going to remove this plastic strap here that's on the Unplugged. We're going to put this one away. We don't need this here because Unplugged does provide a new bushing. We'll get the new bushing on. I will warn you ahead of time, with the bushing that Unplugged Performance provides, you're going to have a fun job trying to put it on here because it is not the easiest, just because of how it's built. It's very strong, and you have to separate it to actually get it around this bar. But they do provide some grease to make it a little easier. Here is the bushing that Unplugged provide you, and I specifically tried to do it where both this side and the other side are going to be matching. Here is the grease that you want to put inside here, I believe it is. You can also put it out here, which I don't think makes a big difference because this part isn't the part that rotates. It's actually the bar inside that rotates. So I'm going to go ahead and lube this up really nicely, and you could even put it on the inside if you want. Just lube it up really nice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to spread it. And earlier I told you guys that this is going to be a difficult process. On the Model S, it actually is pretty easy. This one spreads very easy. We'll put it like this, and then the new one just goes just like this here. They do provide larger washers that you do need to put on the underside of this here. You'll still use the OEM bolt. So that is the installation process of this. Very easy. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side as well. I was able to slide the bar in. What we'll go ahead and do now is we're going to loosely connect the bolts up there. We're going to connect this one, and we'll finish with the end link. If you take a look at the end link, it does have 3 settings I had mentioned earlier. My client wants it a little stiffer than stock, so we're going to go with the middle, and it's very easy to adjust to go either super stiff or just stiff or medium stiff, like what we're going to go ahead and do now. It is time now to go ahead and torque the bolts. You have your 4 bushings that will be torqued to 30 Newton meters, and then you have your end link that will be torqued down to 55 Newton meters. I've got my handy torque wrench. I'm going to go ahead and take care of that, and we are done with the installation of the bar. All we have left after that is just to put all of the panels and bolts back together. With the installation of the rear sway bar on the Model S Plaid completed, I hope you guys found this video useful. I would highly recommend that you use Unplugged's installation documentation while you're doing it and while you're using this video as well, because it gives you a very comprehensive installation guide. As I had mentioned in the beginning, it's really not a difficult task to complete. You just need the proper tools. Make sure that you've got a decent amount of lift height on the car so that you can get underneath it and apply proper torquing to the bolts. Aside from that, it is a walk in the park, so not complicated at all. For all you new subscribers that came by to check out this video, I want to thank you for stopping by. I do hope again that this video did provide some useful information to you. And if you are a returning to the Automotive Fanatic channel, thank you so much for the support. I am working extra hard to try to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we are ever so close. So with that said, if you guys have not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It does help me really continue to grow this channel, and also smash that like button, as it does push my videos up the chain of the YouTube videos. Until the very next time, my Automotive Fanatic family, this is Peter, your Automotive Fanatic, signing off.